It's once again time for Sports Orbit, reaching you from Leadership TV. My name is Afa Cho. Salifu Usman is also in studio with me. Salifu, welcome to Sports Orbit.
Thank you, Mustafa.
All right, we'll begin today's edition of Sports Orbit from the ongoing World Athletics Championship in Budapest. Yesterday, we had spoken about how Team Nigeria so far hasn't fared the way a lot of Nigerians would have expected. But of course, I think the moment we have all been waiting for, although not as expectant as most Nigerians would have been enthusiastic, rather, Tobi Amusan will be in action today to compete in her own event. That event is slated in a few hours' time, 6 p.m. it is, Nigerian time. And the usual hype that usually comes with Tobi Amusan whenever she's going into this tournament is really not there, and is understandable, because I think I even read from somewhere where, or heard from, I can't remember what sports program I listened to, where the presenter actually said for him, it will be a miracle for if Tobi Amusan even gets anything from this competition, because considering her state of mind. And we have discussed here severally, but I mean, she'll be in action later on today. What do we expect? Do we keep our hopes high, or do we just say, well, if she does well, fine. If she doesn't do well, it's understandable.
Yeah, thank you, Alpha. Just like Bradley said, it may be a blessing in disguise. Because me personally, I like this kind of movement where there's no much pressure,
yeah.
too much hype
Yeah.
for her, and that is where even at the last year in Oregon, where he surprised everybody, nobody expected her to spring that surprise, even though everyone see her as a consistent athlete for us, but nobody expected that. Even as far as there's a hope of her to make medal. But not to the extent to even win the championship, and not even to win it, not just not winning, win it with a new world record. And now he's a defending champion. Yes, either you like it or not, in as much as the general public maybe not do a success, maybe not have whole institution, the fellow competitors will definitely know that they have a star on the same lane with them, and they definitely want to is still a start to beat. So just like I said, I love this moment that there's no much high hope and high expectation. Everybody believes now that whatever he put on, it is not be a disappointment. If he either make it to the podium, it's still a source to everybody. It's still a success. The fact that she was able to clear herself of the mess that they wanted to rub on her, it's a victory for her already. Like yesterday when he stepped onto the track for training, there was a jubilation everywhere. All admire everybody, all shouting, Amusa, Tobi Express. That is to show that it's not only Nigeria that is in love with this lady. A lot of people, a lot of athlete fans are looking up to her because of this feature, and everybody knows that what they want, the athletic integrity unit of WE wanted to do was just to mess her up. But unfortunately, with God on her hand and somebody who believed firmly in God, she was able to come out victorious. And that yesterday in Budapest, at the National Stadium in Budapest, Hungary, all fans of the stand were all praising her, hailing her, that the fact that she was able here to them is already victory. And we hope Amusa, as you rightly say in the intro, is still our medal prospect, and we still believe that whatever may happen, whatever anyway, I still believe that if Amusha is not be able to defend this title, she'll definitely make it podium.
Definitely. I completely agree with you. Like I said earlier, it comes up 6 p.m. Nigerian time. Of course, we will be watching closely to see the outcome of that one. Now to some NPFL news, where the draw, of course, the NPFL, the draw for the new season was supposed to take place last week. Thursday it was, but it has now been shifted once again to this Thursday, 2 days from now. But from what the NPFL is saying, that irrespective, yes, that they might have postponed the draws, but kickoff of the season still starts. Last week we had spoken about this when they had moved the resumption date for the league from 25th. It was supposed to be, in fact, supposed to be this weekend to sometime in September. And draws were supposed to be held, and now they've shifted it. I hope the next communication we'll get from the NPFL or whoever is in charge of the league won't be that due to some unforeseen circumstances, the date for resumption of the league has also been moved. Because this is how these things happen. Because I don't see the reason why holding an ordinary draw should be an issue where you have to postpone. Well, they didn't come out to give us clearly the reasons for the postponement.
Yeah, I think the league is supposed to start next week, isn't it?
Yeah.
It
should have been this weekend, actually.
This weekend, the earlier date. They postpone it. And after, if you recall, not just in English Premier League, which is a perfect model that everybody wanted to copy around the world. The moment the 2022 to 2023 season ended, a week later, the officials for this season was released. So everybody, even the Premier League, everybody already know.
Even when you are on holiday,
when you are on holiday, you already know who is the opener, where you are going to start, when they are going to end the league. Okay, we ended the season sometime in May to June. Till today, the clubs are yet to know where are they going to start the first match. You are supposed to hold it and you still postpone it. So you wanted to, is it on the eve of the league that you now hold it for, or when do you want to hold it for? By that postponement, it clearly shows that all is not well, in my personal view. Unless Elegbele and his team prove me wrong.
Exactly.
It clearly shows that all is not well. But if you are scheduling it to kick off this weekend, even before now, as far back as July, when we ended the season, we have to have the draw for the next season, ought to have the out. Because we already know who are going to compete in the league. After the playoff, after the promotion period of the NNL league, you know who is already promoted and who is already demoted, going down to the national league, the second division. So you will also hold the draw. Postponing the league, draw doesn't have anything. It doesn't need any big ceremony, anything to conduct a draw for the league. And like I say, I hope, just like I say, I think, unless Level and still prove me wrong, it appears all is not well. And Nigeria will be very disappointed after wasting a lot last season, forcing the team to play an abridged league, to align the league with other league around the world. And yes, we are busy wasting time to go back to where we are coming from. It will be very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. And if you ask me, like I said earlier, it would have stated, and that's the problem we always have with communication from, should I say, government bodies or whatever you might call it, because they tell you why they are taking a certain decision, but they don't explain, give you the backstory. They could have said, is it as a result of logistics? From some information I glean, I am hearing that, I don't know how true, well, we'll see how it pans out, that they are not too sure. Some persons are not too comfortable with holding a full league. Some are feeling, why not still do a bridge for one more season? So, when you start hearing things like this in the background, like we say, there's no smoke without fire. Clearly, I've heard that some persons are not comfortable with going a full league because some have complained of the problem of logistics and all of that for traveling. Some feel that their bridge league for now maybe should be maintained for another 2-3 seasons to enable teams, stabilize before we can go back to a full season.
Your source, even as much as you say it's not clear, may not be far from the truth. It is Nigeria factor, and I want to express the fear further that one day we will not wake up to say we will play the league based on the regional league.
Exactly.
When we see all the Northwest teams to play themselves, all the South teams to play themselves because of logistics and because of traveling arrangement. As far as they are giving an excuse that it is perfect to play short league to cut costs because of logistics. Very soon we'll now begin to consider that, okay, why not just group the team that are from the northern region and the teams that are from the southern region, just like it's done in the nationwide league.
No, but like this suggestion you gave, I think I've spoken with a few sports people who actually said they were actually proposing this, and why it might not be a bad idea is like, that's why people have wondered why in the US, for instance, if you notice how their league is, even basketball and football, they always do it. It's always Western Conference and Eastern Conference. And the reason why is because of the size of the US. In fact, within the US, there are some journeys that are up to 7 hours, even by air. So they said because of the US is so big, they don't see a team moving from the northern part of US to travel to the southern part. Then another 2 days, you have another, so they're mooting that kind of idea that, okay, what they do is the teams in the West play each other. Like you play each other, and at the end of the day,
You go for playoff.
You go for playoff. Then when you qualify, the winners from the east and west now meet to determine the winner. So someone was saying, as against their bridge format, someone was saying in Nigeria we can also adopt that system. For me, I don't think it will be a wrong system, because truly, when you look at the logistics and state of insecurity in the country, I think it might not be a bad idea, but it depends on how they can put it together.
Yeah, it may not be a bad idea, and it depends how they manage it.
Yeah.
They manage it well. But yes, everybody has expressed that fear. And if you look at the situations in the country, definitely everybody want to buy that idea. But one thing is that it may not, in a real time, will not be good. That it will not give you a true reflection of a true champion. For instance, if you allow the team from the northern region to play themselves, and allow the southern region to play themselves, definitely there's an opportunity that yes, those I don't know how to put it, to say that those a true champion will not produce. Because if you are this and am this, it may not give you a true reflection of a true national champion. That is what. But if you look at it, but just like like you say that logistically and based on the situation around the bad transport system we have, it will very obviously okay, let's just adopt this situation. Just like it is already been played out in the nationwide league, and even in the national, in the second division. Those within the northern league will have the northern and the southern, and even in our basketball league, we still have the Atlanta Conference, Savannah Conference. But sometimes it depends on the situation and the way we things and I hope that. But instead of us to thinking on how to go there, I think we should be able to plan on how to move
very well.
Instead of looking on easy cut out that is not easy to reflection of our system. It is better to look how encourage and how to work on our inadequacies rather than to encourage the inadequacies of our team.
System. Right, moving on now. Of course, the Super Falcons of Nigeria have been ranked the 10th best team at the just concluded 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup in New Zealand and Australia. Of course, Spain emerged winners of that competition. But for the Super Falcons, actually ranked ahead of two-time Germany and Brazil, we can imagine that, of course, of the top 10 winners, Spain ranked number 1, England 2, Sweden, Australia, Japan, France, Netherlands, Colombia, USA, and Nigeria making out the top 10. For me, fantastic. And like we said,
so
on this,
US in the top 8?
No, in the top 10, they are number 9.
Okay.
Nigeria is 10. So, and like we said yesterday, you can see many of the plaudits coming in the way of Nigeria, even though Nigeria did not win the competition. But you can see so many accolades coming from all corners. Nigeria didn't win the competition, but gave a very good account of themselves. I mean, it's instructive to know that in reality, like one of them said, in reality, Nigeria didn't lose any match at this tournament.
Yeah.
Conceding just, I think, 2 goals or so. So if you look at it, it's no surprise that they are in the top 10, ranked above the likes of Germany and Brazil in this one. So for me, this is a good out of 32 teams to go to a tournament. I can't remember when the last time Super Eagles went for a World Cup and they were ranked among the top 10. No, factually speaking.
Yeah, to me, that is a fair rating.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, it's a fair rating. Super Falcons didn't make to the quarterfinal. All the quarterfinal make the top 8. And out of the round of 16 teams, US that was ranked ahead of Nigeria, making the 9th position ahead of Nigeria, also make the round of 16 and lost their round of 16 match to Sweden on a penalty. The same way Nigeria lost their own round of 16 on the penalty. And based on the penalty, and to me that is why US is ranked ahead of Nigeria. Clearly show that every other 16 team that play within every other 8 team that edge out in the round of 16, Super Falcons ahead of place. Super Falcons was ahead of every other team based on their performance, and that is clear to me. That is a fair rating. And what we, as I emphasized yesterday, and I want to emphasize that what we need to do, sometimes we get carried away by our shakiness. Instead of us, we shouldn't rest on our one, and we shouldn't just continue to celebrate this. The authorities that are involved, that are concerned, should build on this success.
Very well.
It is something that we need to work on and to build on this success. If you clearly observe all of the after years, Even Africa performance at this World Cup was not bad. Out of 4 teams that went from Africa, 3 make it to the round of 16. And out of the 3 that made it to the round of 16, Super Falcons stand out in their performance in the round of 16 competition. So we need to work on it and to regain our dominance. Even though we couldn't express or we couldn't dominate in the world, we should regain our dominance in African women football because we will begin to do great of their dominance in Africa. Exactly. We begin to see South Africa coming to challenge us. We begin to see Morocco coming to challenge us. And the Morocco you see, you should expect them that they are going to work on
get better.
So the authorities should work on this success instead of us to get carried away and continue to celebrate this.
All right, we'll go on a quick break. When we come back, Sport Orbit continues. Don't go nowhere.
Leadership TV for God and country.
Still on Sports Orbit, down to some badminton news now, where a total of 108 foreign players from over 35 countries and 43 Nigerian players are expected to compete for honors at the 6th edition of the Lagos Badminton Classic. The event, graded as BWF International Challenge level with total prize money of $15,000, will take place at the Molade Okoya Thomas Indoor Sports Hall of the Teslim Balogun Stadium. Of course, the event will begin from the 30th of August to 2nd of September. So far, 37 countries have confirmed participation in the tournament, and so far, in this almost like a mini badminton World Cup.
Yeah, that's fantastic. There's several countries coming to competition and Nigerians to participate. I mean, that's a big one for Nigeria. So that's a good news to the Badminton Federation for attracting this kind of competition to Nigerians and to these kind of competitions. That while we are celebrating that we are hosting, because hosting an event, we go with a lot of teams. A lot of things to benefit, even in terms of hospitality wise or transportation wise, tourism wise. Nigerians stand to benefit. You're having a national of 37 countries coming to your countries in what that means in terms of economic impact. And at the same time, we have equal athletes. We hope that our athletes will begin to also stand out. Obviously, those will also start as a Olympic point. Qualification point for the Olympic tournament for the Olympic, and we pray that the athlete will have an athlete, but unfortunately, some of our athletes will present time, even as much as we are trying to excel, but they are not truly as much their potential as well in international event. and I hope that this should be a springboard for them to excel.
All right, to some other MPFL news now, where Abia Warriors have announced the appointment of former Super Eagles goalkeepers coach, that's Ike Shurumu. He also is a former international. Actually, he was unveiled by Abia Warriors chairman John Obu in a brief ceremony witnessed by members of management. Obu said he decided to go for the former Shooting Stars goalkeeper because of his vast experience and antecedents, hoping that his addition will be a big influence. So I think good one to that. I mean, in recent times in the MPFL, we are beginning to see ex-international begin to, integrate themselves in the system, in coaching roles. And of course, you can see that for Finidi George, who came back and championed with Abia United, I think it's an encouragement for more ex-players, because when you go to other climes, you begin to see that most coaches who are in charge of top clubs in the countries are ex-players who actually played in that league, or at least had a feel of football wherever they play. They always want to come back to the country to give their part, and we are beginning to see more and more of that here.
Yeah, congratulations to Ike Shurumu. Congratulations to the Abia Warriors. And I pray that he bring his wealth of experience to bear on the club. We hope that the goalkeeping department of Abia Warriors will witness a tremendous improvement which is present in the team. And just like you see, kudos to some of our ex-internationals who are taking that challenge in pushing the local league team. Sometimes you shouldn't always often waiting for a national job.
Of course.
Because I begin to find it, I've complained severally, find it important with some of our ex-international who are always in the waiting to be appointed as a coach of the national team.
Oh, yeah, it's super good. Not wanting to start from
not wanting to start from. Yeah, that is my annoying. Yeah, some of them oftentimes try to force the criticizing the working system within the country, or especially the travel assessment and the head of the champion. Yeah, this is your country.
Very well.
If you don't build, nobody will build it for you. So instead of you to complain, try to be part of the system, try to be part of the system and to make this change.
Exactly.
So like the likes of Manuel Amuneke, who are always waiting to be appointed as a national team coach, why not taking that challenge and to prove your worth? Just like they make mention of Finidi George. Yeah. Finidi George, after his play career, spend most of his time stay in Europe.
Yeah. Getting his coaching back,
then his coaching, and the moment he knew that he has to get
his
coaching, he came back to Nigeria and played the challenge to coach Eyiba. He has been, yes. Somebody who has lived abroad for years to come to Nigeria and begin to travel on the road, travel on the road for 12 hours, sometimes for a whole day. We know how difficult that is, but no one is not to complain and waiting for an easy job. He pick up that challenge. Every other team, Baba has also tried in the past, even though he was also trying the system. Mokashi has also tried the system in Uganda, which was once the National United coach. Baba had done the same, coaching the life of the Iban or the rest of the United, and so even though he didn't have it for fantastic success, but to me, he has made an effort. So the life of Amuneke will be happy. For instance, we'll be happy to see, okay, Amuneke is coaching Canopilla, for instance, or Amuneke is coaching John Sign of Akure, Champs in Shia is coaching Bayelsa United, or some say is coaching River United. So we are having Champs in Shia understand, having them Amuneke understand, and two of them coming to clash in the. So it will teach us the morale of our league, and it therefore being fans base wise, even the media attraction, it will break a lot of attraction, and it will take to the ground. So our ex-international should go into and take into of this challenge. It will be interesting to have let's have a look at the Okocha is coaching to this club. Amuneke is coaching this club. Carlo is coaching the Victor Ekpeba is coaching this one is coaching. So people will be attracted to come to the stadium, even not for the player, but for the fact that those ex-international who have made their name, I understand to watch what are they impacting on the club. So I urge them, instead of them to stand to always waiting for a national job, they should pick up the challenge to coach the national team. To start from somewhere.
All right, to other stories now, where Youth Sports Federation of Nigeria has announced a one-week shift in the commencement of the much anticipated National Under-18 Boys Football Competition tagged MKO Abiola. Called the tournament was instituted to immortalize late mogul and pillar of sports MKO Abiola. Earlier scheduled for August 19th, actually this Saturday has been postponed. The new date of August 25th to September 2nd. Well, we hope this competition holds, because back in the day, we know what useful what and what it did to the overall development of football in Nigeria.
Yeah, Alpha, you get it right there. You get it right there. We hope this competition come on. Houston are begin to lose many of their prime tournament, many of their prime competition. Apart from the Ramat Cup, in Kano that is still sustained. Even that Ramat Cup that is still sustained, the hype has
died down.
The hype has died down. Houston used to have several competitions. There's what we call Chief of Navas Cup. Chief of Navas Cup was a big tournament for the Houston. I don't know whether Chief of Navas Cup are still sponsoring that tournament up to today. So that was also good. That they want to have over Benin Cup, several cup, and we should allow the new to groom young, to discover young talent, expose young talent. Houston, either financially, Houston is strong because it's an NGO that doesn't have a sponsor from anywhere. So it's based on private individuals and individuals to support these organizations to be able to hold their competition. So currently, the president of the federation is the former deputy governor of Kano State. And as to Gahuna, to some extent, to me, in my view, he has done well in piloting the affair of the uniform. But he has also stayed long on the job. Since he came on around in 2011, he has been on as president of Houston for over 12 years now. And the more you stay on, there's always diminishing return in your performance. So if you feel that, okay, he has had enough, but what today, if you look around, among all the heads of the football federation, you can't even find anybody that will say, okay, who will succeed him. But it is also part of money, and if we make the place lucrative, definitely people will be interested to come in and contribute. So we urge the youth sport and private organizations to support this use of use from our football was what we are shipping in the past. The lack of this, the lack of Kano for Babua and the others, they are all products of use. So we should encourage it, and I'm happy that MK Abiola, former pillar of sport, everybody know who MK Abiola was in terms of sport development in this country, and it's good that the youth one and whoever had those behind this tournament are coming to celebrate him again.
All right, quickly before we leave, of course, we'll go to the EPL where, of course, yesterday the last game for match week 2 went down. It was Crystal Palace up against Arsenal. Arsenal, after going 1 man down to 10 men, had to battle to, win that one. Actually, a tough game. It was in London derbies. Derbies are always very difficult games, but Arsenal came out 1-0. Slim victory it was in that one.
Yeah, it was a tough one.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Arsenal and their fans for escape and being one of the 3 teams that have maintained 100% after 100% performance after 2 rounds of matches. So congratulations to Arsenal and joining Man City and Brighton, like we said yesterday, to have to 6 points from two matches. But just like we exactly it wasn't an easy match for Arsenal yesterday at all. They escaped down.
All right, with that, we come to the end of today's edition of the program. But we'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. with another exciting edition. Of course, 6 p.m. Tobi Amusan will be in action, and hopefully tomorrow we'll give you an update of that event. Thank you for being in studio today's edition of the program.
Thank you.
Until we come your way again with another exciting edition tomorrow, my name is Alpha Cho, and it's bye for now.